So the brutally honest reality of learning to break coping with food is that it's going to take years. It's going to take years of trial and error, of dealing with life and addressing the emotions and situations that come up and choosing something differently. It's not going to be a quick fix. It's not going to be easy, but what you do start with now by setting a foundation, by finding your bare minimum with health and what works best for you is only going to be better when you move forward. So what do I mean by that? When you find out that you're using food to cope with, I need you to address exactly what it is that you are trying to hide away from. So are you celebrating? Are you sad? Are you stressed? Are you not wanting to deal with a difficult situation in your life? Is it just a norm for you and you don't even necessarily know why, but you know that you don't want to do it anymore? What is it? And then from there, I want you to be aware of what those foods are. Is it donuts? Is it cookies? Is it chips? Is it peanut butter? Is it a loaf of bread? Is it whatever you can get your hands on because you are used to not having a lot? For me, food has like a weird thing because I would restrict and diet myself when I was able to afford food. And then I was in times where I could not afford food and I would scavenge around for quarters to go to the vending machine to get a pop just to silence my stomach because it was starving. Like there are so many layers for so many people when it comes to coping with food. And it just comes down to what is it for you and what do you need to address? Because once you're able to find out kind of where that issue is, like I tend to hoard food. I always want to make sure that there's more than enough because there could be a time where I don't have any money and I can't afford food and I don't want to starve. I am in a position where that is not going to happen anymore, but it's still something that I have to acknowledge and work with. Like my boyfriend has to remind us, like, we're going to get groceries again. We have money. We're going to be able to afford it. We don't need to have extra just in case. I don't need to hoard food because I'm worried I'm not going to be able to eat. I will be able to eat, but I also use food when I'm stressed out. If I've got a lot going on, difficult decisions, if family stuff is going on. We, in the last couple of years, had a death in the family. We had family in the hospital. We had big moves. We had difficult situations. And it's either you're coping with food to silence the stress or you're not eating at all because of that. And both of those things need to be addressed when it comes to how you cope with food. It can also just be not eating at all. So what I always say for the people that I work with and for myself as well is trying to build a baseline for health of foods that work best for you, of the routine that works best for you, so that in those difficult times, you're able to fall back on it because you have set a standard for how life looks for you. So for me, my standard is I at least try and go for one bare minimum walk. If it's a difficult time, I try and get 3 meals a day, try and focus on my protein, try and get some fruit in and vegetables, and whatever else happens outside of that is fine. Because a lot of times when it comes to coping is dealing with a difficult situation, and sometimes it's just surviving that period of time until you can move forward from it. So if you're able to do it in the best way possible, where you don't need to stress, you don't need to think because you have built such a habit of health and supporting yourself that you don't even need to think about it. You can just lean on it, and maybe instead of getting an entire bag of chips, you get a single serving size. Instead of getting a 12-pack of cookies, you spend a little more money than you would like to and just get a single serve. So say like a 12-pack of cookies is $3, but a single cookie is like $1.50. Like, do that because you know that you're going to eat the entire box of cookies and you're not going to feel good about it afterwards. But only do that if you don't feel good about it afterwards. I want you to find that baseline. Don't do it because it's the healthy thing to do. Do it because it's going to support you in those difficult times. And it's all a choice. So you don't go spiraling. So you know where you stand. Because life is never going to be easy. It's never going to be able to fit into a perfect little bubble that you have created. So that's why I say a baseline, a bare minimum that you know you can do. You're going to have your great times where you're really sticking with the diet plan that you have created and found works best for you. You're doing your exercises, you're getting your protein in, you're getting your walks in, like you're doing all the things. And then when life does happen and come up, you can address it and fall back on the bare minimum that is still supporting you and is not hurting you or bringing you back down to a worse spot. So I want you to really just like be aware of that and know that this is going to be a long-term thing. And if you do maybe want a little bit of support, definitely join my newsletter down below. I send out weekly updates and I'm planning on doing challenges. And I really just want it to be a supportive community because life is hard, it sucks, and this health thing, I don't want it to consume your life. I want it to support your life. And if that's something that you want, definitely subscribe down below. I've got a lot of different freebies that also will help you with that too. So now, once you've got that understanding, again, it is going to be the horribly boring thing of living your life, of setting a standard, of getting a little bit better each day until you are at a spot where one day you wake up and you realize you haven't been thinking about food every single morning. You haven't been stressing about what you're going to eat or what you're going to do or how you look or anything like that. You realize that you are just taking care of yourself all around. But, however, if you feel like, okay, now I understand that it's going to take time and I'm going to need to address it, but I just don't even know what to do anymore when it comes to food because everybody's saying this, that, and the other about diet, about fitness, whatever it is. And if that's the case, I want you to check out this next video where I go over how to feel more confident when it comes to food, because you know a lot. You probably know too much, and we just need to bring it back down to basics. So click on that video and I'll see you there.